Hey everyone, this is Jess from livinggirllivingfoods.com. I haven't done a video in a few days and I figured, why the heck not? I might as well make one. Had a little bit of a rough start to my day. There's been some really strong winds here that have been drifting snow randomly into roads, and somehow I keep getting on the roads where I'm driving, I'm fine, and then all of a sudden my car is stuck in like 4 inches of snow and I need to shovel myself out. So it was a bit of a stressful morning with dealing with that, and I guess what was really hard for me was people were driving by me while I was shoveling, and I was clearly struggling with getting my car out, and people just kept driving by. That seemed really bizarre to me. It seems kind of like it, all this energy that we put into the world, when you put no energy out, it can cause negative energy too. Or, some people might say, oh, well, something might happen to them because of not helping, and I don't want to say that. I don't want to be vicious in any shape or form, but sometimes one of the most evil things we can do is let people struggle and watch them struggle and not help, and let these negative things just happen without stopping people. We're all very, very self-destructive. It's really hard for me not to take that personally about no one wanting to help me, but something I've definitely learned is that I tend to take things personally when I really shouldn't, and most things that happen in life should not be taken personally. It's almost always a problem with that person or situation, or they're not in a really great place in their life right now, and that just stems all out of that. And I think it can be a lot easier for us to just beat ourselves up instead. So it was hard for me after getting stuck twice like that and no one helping me. When I finally got home and was kind of feeling bad for myself and feeling guilty, like wondering, what did I do for this to happen? Just there's lots of negative thoughts, was not coming from a good place at all. Kind of just told myself, like, forget that, I'm gonna go home, put on my really cozy sweater, make a big thing of orange juice. Bam! Orange juice! Probably gonna watch Mary Poppins. It's one of my favorite movies, and I try to apply a lot of the things that she says to my life. It's something I've always kind of done since I was younger. It's kind of childish, but that's a good thing. Sometimes coming from that more innocent, pure place is what we really need to do. So I'm just gonna take care of myself and try not to drive around too much today, because clearly we're over in my neighborhood. The winds are too strong. I don't really have to do anything today. In particular, there's things I should do. But should, right now, that just means nothing to me. It's not worth it. I'd rather just take it easy and take care of myself and get my brain back. Get all the pieces back together. And make sure that I feel better, and that I think better, and that I do better instead. And I hope that my lesson today can help someone else out in some shape or form. Another thing I noticed is I had a previous post about my feelings about gossiping, and someone today had heard from a friend how I was not having that great of a day, and I kind of didn't appreciate that being mentioned, and I took it personally, and I shouldn't have. But the tone that was used was kind of vicious, that sarcastic tone that I do not like. I'm personally really not a fan of sarcasm. I think it tends to come from a place of weakness. This whole idea of, I'm making fun of you, and it's a half-truth, but because I'm making fun of you, it's okay. I'm not a fan. I think it ends up being really vicious, and maybe people do it because it's socially accepted. I know sarcasm is the new hip thing. It's pretty cool. But it serves no purpose. It's still a place of, it's just negative. It's negative, just like saying, oh, well, don't take this personally, but that still doesn't make it any better to say whatever you're going to say. If you feel the need to say that before whatever you're going to say, that might be something you don't want to say. Just saying. Just a few words of advice. Because none of us should be doing anything that we ever regret. If you're doing something and you're thinking in your head that you're going to regret this later, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. If you're doing something and you don't want anybody to know about it, or it seems super duper secret to you because you're embarrassed or ashamed, then most of the time it's something you shouldn't do. Sometimes we feel ashamed for the wrong reasons. And that's kind of more of like a self-destructive thing. That's completely different. But we all beat each other up way too much, and I'm hoping to find out why. That's been my big thing. Why do we do this to ourselves? And I've kind of been over the years discovering more and more about why I think we do it, and I'm trying to go over it in these videos too, and kind of conquering a fear a day and things of that nature. I'd also like to mention that once I kind of made a point of taking care of myself and taking it easy and not letting the stuff that happened earlier get to me, because that no longer serves me. That already happened. There's no point of dragging that along. Something good ended up happening to me with my website. So, you know, it's just like there's a balance in everything in life, and I guess that's what we need to find. And I don't want to say, what's that? There's like a phrase going on right now that everyone keeps using. Everything in moderation. Moderation according to what? Moderation according to what? What's the scale? Because I think it's different for all of us. So I think it's really, we just all need, especially myself, to not to take things so personally. Take care of ourselves, and to be more aware of when people are coming from places where they're being gossipy or they're being sarcastic. At least for me personally, that energy is really not what I need right now, and I don't have any interest in surrounding myself with people like that. It brings me down, and that's not what I'm into. That's not how I want to feel and want to be. So I hope this gives you guys some ideas, and maybe gets you all thinking too about conversations you have with people. I guess that was a big thing I noticed today with everything that was going on with me. The people who were positive, the people who were negative, and just automatically being more drawn to the people who are more positive in my life. And there's a reason for that. You don't need people pushing you down and kicking you while you're down there. You need people to help you pick yourself up and rise and become better and grow and kind of just soar, fly out there. So I hope everyone has a great day, and thank you so much for stopping by and hearing my jibber jabber.